Hey, LinkedIn. Christine Kidder Graves here with a barking dog in the background. Of course, when I decide to go live, that's when he's barking. Murphy's Law. Oh, well. But anyway, I'm here to talk about clarity. I really wanted to talk about this today because I talk with other coaches a lot, and we're all finding in having conversations with people that clarity is lacking. Clarity is definitely lacking in work, in your careers. There's so many people out there who are 20, 30 years into their career, or maybe not as much, but they need clarity. And it doesn't matter if they're doing a job search, but they really need help. And I do. So what I like to do is um, I do new conversations. I try to have 2 new conversations every day with new connections because I'm always making new connections. It's really important to do that. And I like talking with my new connections and really getting to know them. And I ask them to rate their clarity. I ask them to rate their clarity in their brand. And I also ask them to rate their clarity in what's next for them. Even if they're totally happy in their current role, what is next for them? Do they know what the next thing is? And many, many people are lacking clarity in those areas. It's uh, it's really, it definitely has made me pause a lot. And also, I'm glad that I do what I do because that's one of the first things that I start working on with my clients is to help them get clarity. But again, I am not the only coach that is hearing this from people out there in the world, and it's a common theme, and it's from both sides. It's from people that are actively looking for a job right now. They're not sure what job is the right fit for them, and they don't know. They need more clarity on how they are invaluable to others. They really need help with that as well. And then on the other side, as I had mentioned, people that aren't looking for a new job, they're very happy in their current role, but they want to know what's next. So, how do we get this clarity? How do we do this? And when I start working with my clients, there's 3 keys to my program, and reflection is the first one. So really it's reflection that's going to get you more clarity. All right. We need to take the time out for reflection. I think in today's world, reflection can be a hard thing to take time out for, but we need to do it. We need to block out the time for regular reflection. And even on a daily basis, like when you're planning your day, like at the end of your workday today, I recommend that when you're wrapping things up for the day and you're planning the following day, because that really is the best time to plan for tomorrow at the end of today. Okay. When you're doing that, reflect on what your wins were. What did you do well? What did you not do so well? But really take that time out for reflection, especially on a daily basis. And I'm not talking about hours on end. I mean, it takes 5 minutes, but if you fold it into your daily planning process, and then you can also do it when you're planning out your week. But reflection should not be ignored. Reflection is really important. We need to take the time out for that. A book that I recommend right away to clients, and even if you're not a client, there have been people that I've talked with on the phone. And then after I talk with you, and by the way, I call this phone call, I call it my career clarity call. And I invite you to do that. If you haven't done that, I think a lot of you have done it. But if you haven't done it yet, and especially if we did connect, but we haven't done it yet, we should. We should do it sooner rather than later. And so we do that call, and I ask you a lot of questions. But then after we have that call, then I send you a follow up email, just in like really a recap. And then if there's any resources that I think would be good for you, I do include them in there. And this one particular book, I have been recommending it a lot, very much. especially lately. And it's a great book. It's an international bestseller. Oh, I hear my dog starting to bark. There he goes. Let me just close the door for a second because that might help. Give me a second. Of course, I should have closed the door. We can still hear him, but that's okay. I'll talk louder. So I recommend this book. It's the top 5 regrets of the dying. And it is an international bestseller by Bronnie Ware. And it really is, it's a major book. It really is. And Dr. Wayne Dyer, in the inside, the very first page when you open it, he said that this book had a profound effect on my life. That's Dr. Wayne Dyer. So if Dr. Wayne Dyer, the Dr. Wayne Dyer, said that about a book, you know it's a must read. You have to. So again, it's the top 5 regrets of the dying, a life transformed by the dearly departing. And I heard about this book through my coach. And I grabbed it right away and I read it and I was so moved by it. And I've been sharing it with people ever since throughout my work. And I do recommend it very much. And I'm going to give you a little highlights. I don't want to spoil the book for you. I will tell you that there's also an audiobook. So the audiobook is excellent. And I'm a huge audiobook junkie myself. But this book is so good that I listened to the audiobook first and then I got the hardcover. And it's one of those books that I go back to. And I definitely, I'm going to continue through my life. I'm going to go back to this time and time again. And I want my clients to be able to go back to it too. So, why is this book so important? What is it about it? Well, she talks about her experience working with the dying, and she gives these 5 regrets. I'm not going to tell you all 5 of the regrets here, a few that I think are most important and that really pertain specifically to our work lives. All right. And the first one is I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Now, how many of you feel that way? How many of you have experienced that? Really always wanting to, um, meet others' expectations, but your own expectations, those take a back seat. And I think people do that with work too, definitely. So I wanted to highlight that one. The second regret here is I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Now that totally applies to our work life, obviously. And myself, I feel like I have been a workaholic at times in the past, and thinking that life will be better the more hours that I put in at work. And then I realized that no, it's about really the quality of the work and what are you doing, not necessarily the hours. And then also too, if you work yourself so hard, how can you really be productive overall? I mean, we're not meant to work so many hours day in and day out. And then that definitely takes away our enjoyment. There's the other regret that I wanted to share with you too. So those were the first 2. Again, regret 1 is I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And regret number 2 is I wish I hadn't worked so hard. And then I'm not going to share 3 and 4 with you because I want to save those for you. Again, I'm encouraging you to get the book. And I recommend both the audiobook as well as the hardcover, or if you have a Kindle. I have to say, I like physical books because I can do things to them. I can doc tag the pages and I can write in them and I can do all sorts of things. But I do like my Kindle too because then I can highlight in there and I can search and everything. So I think I'm going to be getting this on my Kindle as well. But anyway, regret 5 is I wish I had let myself be happier. I wish I had let myself be happier. And that one, I think, is just we need to really kind of sit with that. Like, do you feel like you deserve to be happy? Do you feel like you deserve to have a great position? Um, I think you do. I think my clients definitely deserve to have a position where they can make an impact and where they're well compensated. All of those things. One of my more recent clients who just landed, she started her new job last week. When I first started working with her, she didn't feel worthy to a degree. I think that, and she was also doing a full-fledged job search. She wasn't getting the results that she wanted to get in her job search, and she was starting to doubt herself. And she was wondering, should I go for this level of position? Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. And maybe I shouldn't be asking for this compensation. And that's where I come in. I'm a sounding board. And I was able to tell her, you should be going for this level. You have earned it. You have the credentials, you have the work experience. My background before being a career coach is I came from human resources, and I was able to work my way up to HR leadership roles. And so based on my experience and the way that I was able to get into human resources was through hiring, recruiting, talent acquisition. So that was the bulk of my experience. And so I know what it takes to get hired. It's, a variety of positions. So she did have the credentials, she had the experience, she had what she needed. So I think, again, where I come in is when you can start to doubt yourself in your job search, it's very easy to do. And you might not even be in job search mode, because I have clients again that are doing a job search right now, but then I also have clients that I'm working with that aren't looking. They're not looking at all, but they want to know what's next. That is really important to them. So, yeah, so I'm a sounding board. I'm there for you. I'm there to tell you, yeah, you're on the right path. And then if you're not on the right path, I will tell you that too. I will tell you that compassionately, I promise. I'm not going to be, gruff or anything, but you need to know. I mean, that's why you've hired me, is to help you and to get you through your job search, or to get that career plan in place for you so you do know what's next. That is really important as well. So anyway, I did also, while I'm on here, I wanted to mention to you that I am doing a master class. I'm really excited about my master class at the end of this month. So it's going to be starting on Monday, January 23rd, and it's going to be each session. There's 3 sessions, but what it is, it's land your ideal role in 90 days with a simple career plan for 2023, because you should always have a plan for your career and for your work. We spend a third of our lives at work. You want to make sure that you have a clear direction on where you're going. And so I'm very excited to be doing that. And what we'll do is we'll be sure to put the link for the masterclass in the comments so you can access it. You can just DM me too, and I'm happy to send you more information on it so you can check it out. We will also we'll put the link for the book in the comments too, so that way you can see that, because we want to make sure that you can view that. That's important. Um, but yeah, so again, I want to encourage you to take time out to reflect. Reflection is important. You can build it into each day. A journal a journal is a wonderful way just to capture down some ideas and what's on your mind. Another excellent tool by Julia Cameron, I believe, The Artist's Way. The Artist's Way is an amazing book, and she talks about morning pages. Now, that's another way of reflection, but that's more to kind of when you wake up in the morning, to kind of clear your mind and get everything on your mind on paper and to get it out. It's like a really good exercise to do that. And so that is something too. And especially if you're waking up in the mornings, you're stressed, you're confused, you're overwhelmed, you're just not feeling very good. Try morning pages, and you can actually Google that. So if you Google morning pages and Julia Cameron, or even if you just did morning pages, I think it will come up. There are some videos that are on the internet that, and I can always send it to you because I do have it saved in my files. So I can definitely do that and show that to you. So I know I have some comments here too. I'm trying to access the comments, but of course, with my technology here, I am always learning technology though, so that's a good thing, and I'm grateful to be always learning technology. It's a good thing, but yeah. So again, I want to encourage you to take the time out to reflect, um, and weave it into your day. Definitely get this fabulous book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And then come to the master class too. Come to the master class. That's the end of this month. Again, starting January 23rd. And we'll be giving you more tools to help you get career clarity. You need it, because how are you supposed to make the progress that you want to make in your career? You absolutely need to have it when you're doing a job search. You're taking this time to do a job search. You want to make sure that your efforts aren't wasted and that you're just not spinning your wheels. So that's why the clarity is so important. And then if you're not in job search mode, you still want to know where you're going. What's next for you? I think the millennials are amazing, because millennials, and I love all the different generations out there. I'm Generation X, or I'm an Xer, but millennials are always wanting to do more and wanting to know what's next, and looking for the next challenge. And that's great. I so respect that. And all you millennials out there, you are amazing. So, I know you get a lot of flack sometimes from the other generations, including my generation, but I think that you guys are amazing. So, but every generation has its strengths and weaknesses. I think that for the most part, I think they all do different reflection work, but I think journaling is key. Reading, I'm a big reader. So when you do read a book like this, you know, take the time to really study it. Like, think about a book that you loved and that really made an impact on you. Well, have you implemented any of those things? Did it really change your life? If it didn't, well, it's not too late. Maybe pull it back off your bookshelf and look at it some more and study it some more. I think that there's certain books that have really made a difference to me, and I pull out those books throughout the year. So I don't just stop looking at them, and I do study them. I think repetition is important, and it's great now that we have Audible. You can listen to audiobooks whenever. You can pull out your paper copy, or you can look on your Kindle. So yeah. I want to thank my contacts out there too, my connections, for watching this. I really thank you for your attention. But you know, look out, like, come to the master class at the end of this month, January 23rd. And then, or if you need more immediate help, if you cannot wait until January 23rd, you're watching this and you really are in need of clarity. And it could be regarding your brand and or it could be regarding what's next for you in your career. Let's do a call because this is the best way that I can help you is by you and I having a conversation, talking one on one. I'm going to ask you lots of questions that are going to get you thinking, and that will help you to get to that clarity. So, but anyway, all right. Well, that's it for now. I look forward to getting any messages from you, and thanks for all of your comments. And enjoy the rest of your day.